What is up, you beautiful people? Today we're going to be talking about ticker symbol AMC. In this video, I'm going to try to keep it as short as I possibly can. Hopefully it's underneath 15-ish minutes, but I apologize if it's a little bit above. I do get a little bit rambly because I'm definitely very passionate about this. But do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you turn on notifications because I'm battling the YouTube algorithm right now. And by you guys doing those three things, really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you do want to get 2 free stocks, there's a Webull referral link down below. You do get 2 free stocks from Webull, one when your account's approved, and then the other when you deposit $100 on the platform. And those 2 free stocks can be valued anywhere between $8 and $1,600. I do get a free stock as well because you did use my Webull referral link. Anyways, sales pitch aside, let's dive into the AMC news because, oh boy, guys, this is getting juicy. So this article was published on April 30th. So Finchburg Movie Theater is set to reopen in June underneath AMC name. The huge thing about this is AMC owned the Finchburg Theater complex until 2017 when it was sold to New Vision Theaters. So New Vision Theaters was impacted by the pandemic and had to essentially close the theater because they were not able to support it. So AMC Theaters announced on its website that it plans to open the Finchburg Theater as well as 7 other New Vision sites across the country underneath the AMC name. So they're expanding their reach. This movie theater alone has 18 movie screens within the theater, which is awesome. And the changeover follows a long legal path that has circled back to AMC's ownership because AMC sold it in 2017. Now they're wanting to get it back from them, which is very bullish news for the stock. Now, keep in mind, we also do have the annual shareholder meeting on the 4th, which I think is going to be another positive news catalyst because we might be hearing about the share recount. And anyone who says that there's not a share recount is absolutely wrong because it was there in the proxy statement, and I will link it down below in the description. But let's cover the short interest on AMC. So the huge thing that I want to really harp on here is our short interest change. Yes, it says it's decreasing, but our days to cover is only going up. So what this is telling me is the shares that are alone, because people saw that AMC was wanting to take out 500 million shares and get it approved here on the 4th. We're 2 days away from it. I think a lot of people took out short positions and said, okay, they're going to dilute the stock 500 million shares. That stock's going to go through the ground kind of thing. Like, it's absolutely going to go through the ground. So I'm going to take out my shares. I'm going to have them alone, and then I'm going to wait for that approval on the 4th, and then I'm going to short the stock. Well, guess what? Adam Aron said, psych, got you. And he rescinded that. So now on the 4th, there is no vote for a 500 million share dilution. So great news for the stock. Great news for us who want a squeeze. Now, keep in mind, there was a 43 million share dilution that was approved all the way back in 2013. So if you do see anything about 43 million shares, keep in mind that was approved all the way back in 2013. That was nothing that has happened in the past years. So keep that in mind because the media is definitely going to try to spin that in that kind of direction. But overall, the reason why our short interest change is decreasing is I believe the people who took out a short position are just giving their shares back because there's no 500 million share dilution, or they're starting to see that it's becoming incredibly risky and they don't want to establish that short position. Because the cost to borrow is sitting at 13.58, our days to cover is now up to 1.24. And keep in mind, the days to cover is calculated on Ortex is calculated by the 3-month average volume by the shares on loan. Our average volume on AMC, if we take a look here on the day chart, as of Friday was 37 million shares, if I have that correctly. And our average volume over the past 3 months is 109 million shares. So keep in mind, that number is incredibly skewed. So our days to cover is definitely increasing because our volume is substantially off from our 3-month volume. So keep that in mind. The cost to borrow, 13.58, and our utilization sitting at 100%. If the shorts were covering their positions and all that kind of stuff, we would see this utilization number dropping significantly. We would also see this days to cover dropping significantly. We would also see the short interest or free float dropping significantly. That is not happening. So the shorts are definitely not covering their position. We are just having hedge funds or institutions who wanted to short AMC giving their shares back because they purely see that it's either A, too risky, or they were planning to do it with a 500 million share dilution. So keep that in mind. Any other reason of, oh, the shorts are coming? No, it's a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of fugazi. It's a smokescreen. So it's utter bullcrap. And on top of it, there was 3.39 million shares borrowed on Friday. Why would someone borrow 3.39 million shares if they're covering? No, they're doubling down because they want to drive the stock into the dirt, like utterly drive it into the dirt. But the huge thing that I want to highlight is I'm going to hop over here into the chart and we're going to take a look at the 1 month chart. The huge thing is we do have this crossover here of the 15 MA over the 200 EMA, which technically, yes, is a bearish indicator. But the reason why this is happening is we've had several negative days and we've had a sell-off because everyone is saying that there's going to be a sell-off. Every single bot here on YouTube, every single bot, there's a bunch of FUD, there's a bunch of things saying that AMC is going to sell off because everyone was anticipating that this 500 million share dilution was going to go through. Well, guess what? It's not going to go through. It's not even on the table to be voted for. So if anything, I think we might see a small sell-off Monday morning, but we're going to have a very hard and we're going to have a very quick bounce in my personal opinion because the stock anywhere below $9 is going to bounce very hard back up to $10. And I think we will see a growth moving upwards because we also have the annual shareholder meeting, like I said, on the 4th, and then we're reporting earnings on the 6th. AMC didn't have to report earnings, I believe, until I think it was June 9th, if I'm correct. Yeah, June 9th, they didn't have to, was their scheduled date to report earnings. They bumped it all the way up to the 6th. So that tells you something, that the company knows something, and they can't wait to get that news out there, which is going to be huge because companies don't move up earnings on bad news. Why would you move up earnings on bad news? It doesn't make any sense. So I think we're going to either hear something about the share, not the share dilution, we're going to hear something about the recount, I believe either on the annual shareholder meeting or during earnings, or there's some bullish news. And the other reason why I'm saying that we are not going to have much more of a sell-off is because our RSI is sitting here at 36.44. We can't go much lower before we're considered oversold on the monthly time frame. So keep that in mind. Like I said, if anything, I think we're going to find support here around 975 and then we're going to bounce back up. That's honestly what I'm going to be seeing for Monday. And then once we have that bounce, it's going to be $10, $10.50, $10.75, and $11.30 as our resistances. Now keep in mind, $11.30 is our breakout point. So if we bounce over $10 and $10.50 and through $10.75, I'm going to be immediately looking at $11.30. And if we really start running, I mean, it would be awesome if we start running like this crazy, but I don't see it happening one day. I would be looking at $11.90 next. So keep that in mind. Yeah, we do have this crossover here, but I honestly think we're going to have a nice bounce because we have a lot of bullish news coming up. And companies, I'm going to keep saying it again and again and again. Companies don't move up earnings on bad news. Keep that in mind. We do have a bullish MACD here, so that is a good sign. The fact that we have this bullish MACD says that we are headed in bullish territory. The other thing I want to do is I want to hop out here to the day time frame. So we are still, our 15 MA is still trading above our 60-day MA and 200 moving average, which is good. We do have a bullish MACD here. We are above the equilibrium. We are getting closer to the signal, so there is possibly going to be maybe a crossover in the next couple of days, or we're just going to get very close to it and then we're going to bounce right off the signal and we're going to be still high in bullish territory. Our RSI is sitting here at 49.60. So honestly, we're sitting at neutral. I still think we're going to see a little bit of a sell-off Monday morning. And then after that, I definitely see a bounce in the near coming of this because the stock, the stock, when you see it gets down below this $9, we literally rallied into the close to get it back above $10. And we had that fight for $10. So I absolutely think that if we do see the stock get below $10, it's going to be bought up very quickly and it's going to be followed by a very quick bounce because we're very low here on the RSI. And the last time that we've been this low here on the RSI, we had a bounce, which was back here on the 21st. So, like, there's no way that we can keep going down. Like, sure, the shorts can keep on shorting kind of thing, but the buyer sentiment, I think, is going to step in very quickly because of this news that we got on the 30th, because of the annual shareholder meeting, and then also because of earnings. It's not common that a company moves it up, and it's probably the fourth time I said it. Let me know how many times I said it down below, but or if you've made it this far in the video, just give me like a heart or something like that. But overall, I am definitely very bullish on AMC still. This definitely can spike back up, and I absolutely think we will be re-seeing $12 in the near future, and this still can absolutely squeeze. Anyone who says it can't squeeze is just being ridiculous, is literally just being ridiculous, because this absolutely can squeeze. The company definitely has something in their back pocket, and I'm curious what it is. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button too, and turn on notifications for the channel to help me fight the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.